Hi, everybody, and welcome to our new Darwin project. And I am recording this for those of you who weren't able to attend our kickoff meeting, where I was able to brief the team on what's actually happening this season. So, we have been approved our first Darwin local, and it is for a project which is all about community leadership in sea turtle conservation and creating a youth pipeline. So, in effect, we'll be taking care of our Hawksbill turtles this year. We'll be coming up with an idea with regards to nest relocation and the success of our community intervention. And we'll also be using some of our resources to engage young people from the ages of teenagers right up to 35 on sea turtle conservation on Montserrat. So I wanted to just take a few minutes to go through this presentation so you can have an idea of the bigger picture with regards to our next 6 months, basically. All right. So the when I thought about what we're aiming to do in this short period of time with limited funds, it is the community conservation and nest relocation study. All right, so we're protecting Hawksbill sea turtles and building ocean leaders in Montserrat. And we're doing so through an approach that is science based, and we are creating a path to stronger turtle conservation on Montserrat. In 2021 to 2022, UK scientists led a research on the island. You can see on the west coast and a little bit on the east coast at Bottomless Gut and Beach. I think what we call New Windward Beach as well. There were some observations of green and hawksbill sea turtles predominantly, and data was collected. Also, the team at the University of Exeter and Marine Conservation Society UK were able to make a number of recommendations and create a Montserrat Turtle Action Plan. We have like 2 more years left in this period, and I'm proud to say that Fish and Fins has actually played quite a leadership role in ensuring that we are helping to progress some of the actions that have been recommended in the Montserrat Turtle Action Plan. And one of those things are to do with this is to do with this particular project. So what we know about our sea turtles, based on recent research done by University of Exeter, as I said, and the Marine Conservation Society UK, is that we have around 400 to 530 green turtles nesting per year here on Montserrat. By comparison, the research recently carried out showed that we had about 30 to 42 hawksbill sea turtles nesting here, so significantly less. Our peak nesting season is around August to September, and we have 5 beaches that are mostly monitored: Woodlands, Bunker Bay, Rendezvous, Isles Bay, and Foxes Bay. Well, I should say mostly monitored, because Rendezvous Bay is very rarely monitored. It's because it's difficult to access. It's that beach where you have to either hike to or kayak to or get a boat to. So it is secluded. And however, in the research period of 2022, 2023, around there, the research scientists on island, while working with local experts like John Jeffers and training some young people, were able to visit that beach. Now, what we know, based on our own sort of intelligence and knowledge from being on the island, is that there's a low community awareness of the difference in conservation status between the endangered and the critically endangered species. And therefore, as a direct consequence of that, there is also a low awareness in terms of the management and the management that is needed for the species, as well as how we as a community interact with those species as well. All right, so that's something that we're hoping to address through this project. And overall, our aims and methods are turtle science, youth leadership, and local capacity building. Our objective is that at the end of this period, we would have created Fish and Fins Turtle Conservation Field Unit, and we are hoping to monitor 60 to 80 nests this year, train 20 youth leaders in the activities surrounding nest patrol and in-water turtle surveys. We're aiming to get a strong participation amongst our women and females. Uh, However, we're not forgetting our men as well. I think that one of the things that we oversight as a community too is that our youth, our male youth, also need our love and attention and engagement, especially in our island where there's not as many things to do and supervised activities as well. So we are hoping to bridge a little bit of the gap on that this summer. And we are also engaging 8 to 10 Turtle Patrol volunteers from the community. And that's bringing in the intergenerational knowledge and older people as well in the community. And to do this, we have been granted £50,000 on the Darwin Plus local. And that's an investment that they have made to us, which we are most grateful for, and it was to run from the period April to March 2022. However, there were some challenges, and Darwin has not yet released the funds. They were late in making a decision about our funding across the board, and as a result of that, there's usually about 3 months of prep time, and we have lost those 3 months prep time. So the turtle nesting season has begun here in Montserrat. We actually have a closed season from the 1st of June to the 30th of September, and we are now in that season. We have started to do some work with the resources of the tools that we have and the team that we have on the ground that are volunteering. And we're hoping to be in a position to officially kick off this project around the first week of July. So, how are we going to do all of this? And so we have the surveys of Buncombe and Woodlands Beach that we are going to be doing. And that's our night patrol and morning patrols. We also have in-water surveys that we'll be running once a week. And these two beaches are beaches we like to monitor because we consider them to be internesting beaches. The Old Road and the Isles Bay Beach, as well as the Buncombe and the Woodlands Beach. On top of that, we're also going to be and have already begun to collect data on Barton Bay, Foxes Bay, Limekiln Bay, and as well. Okay, and we will begin very shortly to communicate our findings to the community. That's a really big deal for us this year, is ensuring that we are getting the science told, the story of our science and the information that we are seeing and learning along the way, communicated to our community along as we go along. So we're not waiting to write a research paper at the end or to do anything fabulous, but we're bringing our community along with us in this project. And to do so is that as we go along and we learn and we see what we're observing on these beaches, we will be sharing that alongside the community as well. So the challenges that we are seeing, you might be wondering, well, why the big need? What's Montserrat challenged with most of all? And coastal erosion is massive. Yes, flooding is another. Development pressure and artificial lighting impacts are all challenges that we're experiencing. If I'm to say one thing and pinpoint one thing, I think the impacts of climate change, seen and unseen, and the resultant loss of nesting habitat is a major consideration for us. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed little doodles that I added to this presentation because why not? It's just good to be you and to have fun doing the work. And that's a big part of the work this year is that I'm encouraging everybody to really, be joyful and be creative along the way because sometimes this is going to take sacrifice, sometimes it's going to be difficult, sometimes it could be sad, stressful, all these things. And at the same time, though, it could be rewarding. And I think it's a really great opportunity for us to spend some time in reflection as well, and maybe weekly, and figure out, well, what's really reoccurring for us. What's what are we learning, what are we feeling and experiencing. So back in 2017, 2019, I think it was, um, after a storm had passed, I went down to Limekiln Beach and I saw these Hawksbill sea turtles totally washed out of their nests. They drowned, even though they had emerged or were emerging whole. And I just wanted to share with you a video, because that video and my experience of raising my son on Montserrat has been one of the reasons that has inspired me to keep talking sea turtles and to keep working towards sea turtle conservation and helping to push forward this turtle action plan. So I'm gonna click this. I'm hoping you can actually see the video as well. Let's see. Maybe yes, this is in presentation mode. You might not be able to see it. So I'll have to send it as an attachment. Okay, so moving on, you'll see some of the challenges in real life. On the far left of the screen is one of those baby hawksbill turtles where we counted something like 30 or 40 that had been drowned in Lankin in 2019, September 24th, I think it was. And last summer, we also saw, I think it was in July, a green turtle who was attempting to nest and got stuck in between the woody area outside of a beach that we have sort of coined Little Turtle Love Beach, and that's between Old Road and Islesby. And also on the far right, you will see adult hawksbill turtle, and she was trying to they love to get into the vegetation, and she was going up a sort of dried out gut area, which was like a sort of wetland. And she wasn't able to, she might have gotten a little disoriented. She was trying to make her way up out of the gut, and she just didn't make it. And I'm assuming she might have just become very dehydrated. And she still had her eggs in her when we found her. And another one of the challenges that we are seeing here, and this is a photograph of the Old Road and Isles Bay beach area, which we'll be patrolling and also doing once a month, once a week in water surveys in. And here you are seeing the lahas, which are washed into the bay, and that's happened last year and the year before because of flash floods. We haven't so far had flash floods. We're going through a drought this year, and the sea conditions have been beautiful. So we're looking forward to getting our team in by the end of the month and the first week of July to also do. We're hoping 2 months of surveys this year. Okay, so you can see here what are some of the real challenges that we are facing on the ground. So what we will do again is monitor 60 to 80 nests. We're going to record GPS locations and elevations. We are looking to install temperature loggers in around 20 nests if we can. We're a little bit delayed again because we have to buy some of these loggers, and the ones that are on island are not in great shape. We need to replace batteries, etc. So because a lot of this is coming from overseas, we may be delayed, but we're hoping to be able to still log the temperature and moisture differences, the temperature and moisture levels in these nests. And so yeah, we're measuring sand conditions on flooding risk, and we're also going to be comparing the natural nest, managed nest, and relocated nest. This data will inform a nest relocation decision protocol and test where a hatchery could be located. Okay, so we're not building a permanent hatchery, but we are looking to set up a temporary hatchery cell, or creating a designated relocation zone, sort of like use AI to mock up what that could look like. And we're also experimenting with little hatchery units that could be put on the beaches to protect from predation and other turtles actually digging up nests as well. So yeah, we're seeing challenges even now. We have so far noted three false crawls. Um, I think they were all U-turns, if I'm correct. And we also have two nests in Limekin. One of those nests you'll see pictured on your right, which was just about a week old, and it is in a high risk area. We are looking to see if we can relocate that nest. I'm not sure if we will, because we are still struggling to find a relocation area to put these nests in. It just goes to show how urgent and critical the situation is for these critically endangered species. We're also testing our residencies for the project. We were a little late again with this Darwin, but we have tested some residencies last year. For this year, we're focusing on our nest season and our hatchling season, and we're currently interviewing, international scientists as well as enthusiasts who are interested in coming and learning and spending some time on their internship and residency with fish and fins. Okay, so we've missed the period for nesting and we are now looking into getting folks in for the hatchling season. One of the big collaborations, and forgive me for the typo there, is on the Community Environmental Stewardship last year. It's a project that I co-designed with the Montserrat Tourism Authority and coordinated. And we are hoping to continue this collaboration again this year and engage some of these participants in our sea turtle conservation training, etc. We are also looking to strengthen local capacity. We're very proud and pleased to have on our team who I call Dr. John Jeffers. He's a local expert, and we are looking forward to working with him as we continue to build climate resilient coastlines here on Montserrat. And it is through his guidance as well as mine that we will be training 8 to 10 people on Turtle Patrol team. We'll be providing monitoring equipment through the Darwin grant. We'll be developing standards and in monitoring protocols that suit Montserrat and our local residents. And we'll be supporting long-term volunteer stewardship on the island as well. So we believe strong communities today are what's necessary for a healthy coastal tomorrow. We are also working with a plan of engaging our junior turtle techs. Last year, we did a youth turtle camp for 1 week under the theme balancing sustainability or balancing development with conservation, I should say. And we focused that week on sea turtle conservation. This year, we're taking it a little bit further, and we're going to be doing some more sort of techie stuff with regards to the youth on our program for this project. We're looking forward to training around 20 youth on the ins and outs of what it means to do good turtle science and to steward turtle data and to work with digital technology in doing so. We are learning turtle science and monitoring and training that amongst our young people, collecting and analyzing data and presenting findings to the community and to the government. And in that, we're hoping to build some new skills and amongst our youth and also to inspire ocean leadership for our next generation. So, what does success look like for us? It will be kicking off the Turtle Conservation Field Unit. I'm hoping that you who have volunteered or expressed your interest in joining the team will be with us again for next year. So, if we're able to keep people engaged and keep people connected, and you want to continue into next year, then that's going to be a success for us. Hopefully, we don't have any people dropping out and getting fed up. And because it can be hard work, it could be physically challenging and emotionally challenging too. We also, if we are able to hit our 60 nests monitored and collect and deliver reliable data back to the Fisheries Division and to Government of Montserrat, Department of Environment, who has kindly granted us the research permit for this work, and to create a better understanding of when relocation of sea turtle eggs, and in particularly our Hawksbill sea turtle eggs, helps in the conservation of this species. Then success will have been achieved. We also currently inviting people to join the Turtle Conservation Field Unit, local people, international people, and we are running an incentive program this year. There will be incentives offered to the value of 1,500 EC dollars for nest sightings, tracks seen, as well as turtle sightings. And that may include things like gas vouchers, supermarket vouchers, restaurant vouchers, and so forth. Now, we are looking at, and this is just in draft mode, but we're looking at around the 21st of November for the launch of our project field unit for 2027. And that will have a number of activities. We're also looking at what we're struggling with already, which is transportation. And for our project in particularly, we are using our vehicles, and through the grant, we will have some funds that will allow us to pay our team, but also or compensate them for their time. But we also didn't consider the wear and tear on our vehicles, which is already being felt. So we're hoping to do some independent financing or fundraising around that through an Adopt a Nest program, which would allow friends of the project, volunteers, supporters, I should say, as well as the business community or diaspora to adopt a nest and to help us raise the money necessary to buy a Turtle Patrol vehicle. So at the moment, we are recruiting for our Turtle Patrol turtle trackers, which is the in-water turtle team, for once a week, which we are expecting to be Saturday mornings from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And we also are asking folks who are interested in the program to save the date and attend our training for July 7th, 8th, and 9th. Okay, so we are going to be meeting at the clubhouse from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock on July 7th, 8th. And then on July 9th, we'll be going out into the field, and that will be from 8 o'clock to midnight. We are also getting ready to create a signage for our beaches, at least one beach, where we'll be sharing with the community our findings in terms of how many nests we have seen for the leatherback, green, hawksbill, and the loggerhead. Although we will have laser focus on the hawksbill. We just generated something in AI as a guide so that people can sort of see and understand what we will be trying to communicate every week. There will also be a hotline on the Fish and Fins number 392-9255 for people who are calling in with their nest sightings or their truck sightings and turtle sightings, I should say. So I just want to say a big thank you for coming on board, for your interest. I'll ask you to bring a friend if you're coming to the training, bring your critique, support us, and let us know what you think about all of this. If you have any insights, if you have any ideas, and if you want to join our volunteer team, we're always looking for volunteers as well. So again, thank you again for Darwin Plus for making this possible. We also have the collaborators in the wider Caribbean Sea Turtle Conservation Network, University of Exeter, the Montserrat Department of Environment and Fisheries and Ocean Governance, as well as the New England Aquarium and the MCAP Fund. So thank you so much, and I will see you very soon.